Hello family, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy E, the Dividend Passport Bro, back with another video. Guys, as always, this is not financial advice. And today's Saturday, the 7th of December 2024, we're gonna be doing the income for the week. Now, it's kind of hard for me to do these videos because with a different brokerage, they don't really like post the money or post the dividend at a certain day, at a certain time, right? So let's say dividend for this week might show up next week, but it will have in the system saying for the previous week. So you have to take your time and go through that. Now, I don't want to invest in Yield Max and Defiance and all this stuff. I invest in other dividends. So the easiest portfolios to track is my M1 portfolio, Charles Schwab, and then Robinhood. And the most difficult one to track is my Fidelity portfolio because I have over 155 positions in my Fidelity portfolio. So, and some of the dividends I pay quarterly, some of them I pay monthly, and of course some of them I pay weekly. Right? But the weekly comes every week, the monthly come every month, the quarterly come every quarter, right? Makes sense. Guys, thanks for subscribing to the channel. Like and share the content. You know, I just started doing this, added this part to the channel where I go over the dividend. And of course, guys, this part for me is the more headache because like I told you guys, I'm lazy. I like to use trackers and stuff like that. And it just eases me. I don't have time to go back and say, okay, this dividend show up. I mean, if it show up, eventually it's gonna show up. So, I mean, the only time I worry about it when the company is having money problem. Then I worry about my dividend, and I got to share I got to sell what I have. But other than that, I don't really worry about dividend. It's gonna post eventually, right? Now, if some people start complaining about their dividend, then I go and check my account to make sure my dividend is in there. Okay, guys. But thanks again for all the subscribers as we're on our way to. I'm about to say 200,000 subscribers. That's coming, but we're on our way to 2,000 subscribers, and we are almost at 250, right? Right now, I think we need about 252 or 253 subscribers. So we got a few subscribers in the past day. All right, I appreciate you guys for subscribing and sharing the content and liking the content. All right, let's get into this before this get too long. Now, guys, like I told you guys, right? After everything that I bought over the week, right? Yesterday we're up at 204, 205, whatever it was, 203, right? And today I just logged in here, and it's updated. Now we at $326,000 in income, right? Now, of course, the income for this month is kind of jacked up because of the Thanksgiving week we had a holiday, and a lot of the dividend came in on Monday, so that kind of mess up the income. So in tracking the income, I try to go in there and move stuff around. So it might be off or on about $1, $2 or $3 here and there. So guys, don't hold it against me because some of the stuff that came in on Monday for the previous week, even though it's showing into my dividend for this month, right? So it's messing up my dividend for this month because the dividend because of Thanksgiving, that 1 week, what we had, I think it was like $2,000, $3,000 that came in for that week, right? Now is invested that end up being this week. So it kind of messed things up. So I don't really like that, you know. So I mean, it was more than a couple $1,000s, a lot of money for my portfolio because that week is one of the big weeks that I have. Okay. All right, guys. So let's get into it. We're gonna start with let's start with Fidelity. Okay, let's go down. Let's look at Fidelity, and you can see we went up. The income went up to 160. This is all estimated income. The yield on cost is still high in Fidelity, and the actual portfolio yield for that particular portfolio is 53%. All right, so we're gonna go to income, right? I don't even want to talk about all the stuff. Let's go to income and then go to fidelity. Now, on my sheet, you guys can calculate this stuff. I go way back, December, October, November. All right, and the estimate, the high is 13,000, the low is 12,000, and the average is 1277. All right, so we're gonna go down to the bottom of this, right? Because this is all, like I said, I have a lot of other positions that paid me dividend. So all of that total estimated is 13,000, right? And I believe it should be a lot less. But so if we go to the first, that's $6.49. And then this week is the week that I kind of had a little issue with. But I did add this week, but I didn't add everything, right? And then $76, $623, and then another $6. So if we go down, right? So this is the 1st of December, right? The dividend coming early. Then we get to the 2nd of the month. So the 2nd of the month, I didn't add this WAMAC because that was from the previous week, from Thanksgiving the previous week. And I didn't add this Tesla because that was from the previous week also, and I didn't add a WAMAX. That was from the previous week. All right, so everything else pretty much looks okay. And then I calculated all of this part here up until the 5th, the 6th, up until the 6th, right? So I calculated all of this dividend, and for that week, right, for the week in the Fidelity account, we ended up with $766.99. All right, and that was the week that's the Fidelity account. Okay, and let's get into Charlie Schwab. And I did the same thing for all of the portfolio. So Charlie Schwab is about average at 10 grand. Like I say, the first week it kind of messed up my portfolio because of Tesla, and I got another $2,000 here from Tesla. I didn't add this into this week, even though it showed up this week because that was from the previous week. But it's been added, it's been calculated into this week because of when the amount was confirmed in the account. So, you know, if I add that in, of course, the week gonna be bigger, but that was from the previous week. And this account is smaller, so of course, you know, is what? It's not a lot. It's these 4 right here, right? The others is from the other week, from next week, or the week after next. Well, I get to next week, right? So we're gonna just leave this alone. This is where we are, and we calculated these into the dividend for the week, and this ended up at $163.17 for the week. So I mean that's not bad. I'm just trying to build up my positions, right? I'm trying to build up different positions. This is what they pay, right? And this is the total based on how many the positions that I have, right? And this is close enough, okay? And then if it's less, it will round it up. I mean, if it's a little higher, we'll round it up to the next number. And then Robinhood, the same for Robinhood. Because of this, you know, even though a lot of the income came in, but this is gonna mess up my portfolio as far as tracking the portfolio for the month. So the same, I just go over and calculate the total amount. This is for the next week. There's gonna be other stuff that come into the weekly that's not showing up yet. But we go down and see all this stuff here. Let me see. What am I doing? Hold on, my people. Because I don't want to leave any of my stuff out. Now, I already looked at this before, but of course, trying to make sure that I'm not messing up anything. Because I think Crush, let me pull up the weekly distribution. This is schedule distribution. And the weekly. Alright. So this thing, they just rotate the week. So the week is not, it's never really the same week. We just got NVIDIA. And Crush was from, so like this week, this $100 was from the previous week. And all of this right here was from the previous week, as you can see. So I didn't add it into the week. I would have added everything else from here on. From here on. And that was it. And then we ended up generating $230.50 in dividend. So that's what I say, guys. I don't like to calculate this stuff because it's just so boring. It's not fun. And the same for M1. And M1, of course, as you guys can see, the dividend is starting to go up. But you know how I feel about M1. We don't have a lot of positions in there. So we got $5 and something, $5.73, and another $4.76, and that was from last week. And of course, these are from the first week. So I did not add these guys into the week, and the rest from here was added into the week. Oh yeah, up to there. Okay, and this ended up being like $4.76. That's what it's ended up being. So I mean, like I said, it's a small portfolio this week. It made almost enough to have the coverage for the fees. So if one week can pay for the fees, then the other week we used to invest. And guys, so I mean that's it. Let me show you guys. This is my calculation. I might be off here and there, but this week in total dividend, and now this is not counting all of the Teslas and stuff that was deposited into the portfolio on the second. So that would have us over $4,000 for this week, but I want to keep it separate because I know it's gonna mess up my account, because right now my account is saying how much more money I'm generating this month. But if you think about it, really not, because that money came from the previous month, last month, that was then deposited into the account this month, right? See, that was from last month. And I went back and calculate those manually before they were deposited into the account. Let me see. Yeah, I didn't do the first 2 weeks, just the second and third week, second and fourth week. So we're gonna see, right? Like I say, so you don't come with me, so Edwin, this stuff is a scam. I'm just doing what I think is right. You guys say, well, your account, like, I already know the income is already jacked up because of what happened, with the Thanksgiving holiday. So this is how I'm going to calculate it. So in the end, right, the next 4 weeks, the next 3 weeks, we're going to see how the income goes. Now, at some point, it's going to be frustrating. Usually, I'll just go over my account, what I've done for the week. But I'll cancel. This right here it's a little bit more work because I have to go and count and calculate stuff. It's just stuff that I really don't want to do, but I have to do it because, I like to keep my word. And at some point when I get tired of it, I will stop doing that. I will just, I will just go and show you guys. Um, and based on what's going on, as you can see, based on of the changes, everything we bought over the week, the estimated for the next 12 months is now $326,000, and the 10-year income goal, the 10-year income right now, in 10 years is 3 million. 3 million. We already got 300 over here. 3 million. Okay. So guys, every time this number goes up, so if we go up to another 100,000, then there's going to be another million, because that number, it calculates itself. And then the ending 10, 12 years number here, 10 years number is 12 million. And we already know we're going to be millionaires in 2026, liquid, based on the estimate. And this number is continuing to grow, right? So we might do that next year. I mean, next year, technically, sometime next year, I'm going to be a millionaire. But I want to be a liquid millionaire. So I'm not talking about real estate. I want to be a liquid millionaire, money invested into the market that generated me income. And guys, and you guys worry about taxes. There's so many ways you can go by, depending on how much you need to live. I think dividend under, I think it's $44,000 a year. You don't have to pay taxes, short-term, long-term, capital gains tax. That's a way you got to talk to your CPA on that and let them tell you the best way to do it. But I'm not a tax advisor. I'm not giving tax advice. I'm just giving you a little nugget, punch you in the right direction that will help you if you worry about taxes. But I mean, let's say if I'm making all this money, right, $300 and something thousand a year, and that technically put me in the 30, I believe it's 37% tax bracket. So if I have to pay taxes minus 37% equals, so that's a lot. So if I have to pay taxes on this 326,000, right? I'll be paying almost 100 and something $1,000. That is ridiculous in taxes. That's why I tell you guys, you gotta have businesses and stuff, and I mean, do stuff the right way. Don't go try to do it where you get in trouble. Do stuff the right way, right? To where you're doing stuff in your business name, and where you can write things off if you have a business, legitimate business. Okay, guys. Now, I mean, this is it for the video. You already seen the income for this week, which is not, it's kind of not right because of the previous week, but Thanksgiving holidays kind of screwed things up. But this week anyway, I'm still building up my other weeks of dividend, because I don't have, it's not all the weeks I have that have a strong payer. So I'm still building them up. So as I build them up to where I'm getting, $5,000 to $6,000 a week, I mean, I'm in every week, that would be great. That's what I want, right? And instead of just getting the 1 week you get $6,000, and the next week, you get 13,000. That's crazy, right? Like the 1 week I got 13,000, and the other week I got 6,000. Of course, I mean, some of them pay differently, but I'm not complaining. Okay, I'm not complaining. I don't know what Missy is gonna pay. It says Bitcoin will hit over 100,000, and and it can come down, but it go back up. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen. I don't know what my next week income is gonna look like. I can't wait to sit here and do the calculation with you guys for the next couple of weeks. Cause next week is Coney. I got Coney. I got one in AMDY. I got one of those. I got a little bit of PYPY, I think, and then Alti. So I mean, Group C and Group D, those are the big week. But we'll see. We try to put it on paper so we can see them. And you know, I'm not gonna be doing a lot of buying next week because I don't have a lot of income to buy. Cause I spent a lot of money. I still got a little bit, but gosh, but we're still gonna buy because we're gonna grow the portfolio. The goal is to grow the portfolio. You know, at some point, I want to remove this M1 out of here. I show it to you guys because, like I say, I put some money here, but I use M1 because so for beginners, you want to use M1, you can use my link. I don't think I put the link in the thing anymore. So at some point, I just need to just move M1, maybe take that money out of M1 and put it into Robinhood. You know, but maybe I need to get it a little bit higher, right? Then I can take a lot of the money out of there and just leave a little bit in there. And then when it grows, so whatever it grows, then I pull it out and put it into the other portfolio, transfer the money out and put it in the other portfolio. Maybe I'll do that for now. But I don't feel comfortable with not having that control with Robinhood. I mean with M1. Sorry, Robinhood. All right, guys. I think that should do it for today. Remember to like, share the content. We're trying to get to 2,000 subscribers, and I appreciate all the support. Now I know this is, like I said, this is something new I'm trying, so it feels awkward doing it. But we're gonna fine tune it, and eventually, you guys, you're not gonna see this spreadsheet. You might see this spreadsheet at the end, just like I show you. It's probably just gonna be that, and it's just one more thing to track. Which I don't think is a bad thing to track, but I'm not tracking it individually, so I can always go back and pull that information at the end of the year from the tracker or from my account. So if I really need to do that. But all right, y'all. Have a blessed day. I love you guys. Peace, and we'll do this again tomorrow. Love y'all.